With Focus, it's about a youthful customer and about a more sporty appearance and a more upscale appearance. Focus has always been a good purchase from an economical standpoint, but we wanted to make it an emotional purchase as well.
The Ford Focus has been significantly updated for 2008 with refreshed styling on the outside, new interior features, more standard equipment, and an improved ride.
Ford has decided not to offer the hatchback or the wagon design anymore. For 2008, they're only going to be offering the four-door sedan or a two-door coupe.
Ford gets a lot of slack for not bringing the European Ford Focus to North America. That car is based on the same platform as the Mazda 3 and Volvo S40 and has won numerous awards. The Focus we get here is a carryover of the old platform, which is too bad.
Now, even though we don't get the European car, this one's still pretty good. We had a red Ford Focus in our compact car comparison, and it scored third out of 12 cars. So to see how it stacked up against the competition, go to our website. The new 2008 model has a more angular look. The front bumper is more square with the addition of fog lights on the higher trim levels. The signature Ford bar grille has been incorporated into the front, along with seams that run throughout the headlights. The designers have implemented the use of more detail down the side of the car, with mock vents, and the Focus script along the trunk is a nice touch.
The Ford Focus isn't a bad-looking car. It kind of screams a little bit rental car, and it certainly isn't as fashion-forward as the class leader Honda Civic. The back is a pretty good size here. The back seats fold down, kind of what you would expect in this class. But if you pony up the extra cash and get the better stereo, you get a big subwoofer in the trunk. It steals space.
The Focus sedan is sold as an S, starting around $16,000. Then there's the SE at $17,300, and the SES that we have here that starts around the $20,000 mark. This test car has additional equipment like automatic transmission and sports package that includes sport wheels, spoiler, and interior touches along with a moonroof that brings the price up to $24,764.
The back seat of the Focus is a little bit of a disappointment. We positioned the front seats for a comfortable position for front passengers. It doesn't leave a lot of room for passengers in the back. For adults, it's a bit of a pinch. It's probably best for kids.
The front seats are a totally different story. They've got lots of cushion, and the driver's seat's height adjustable, so it's really easy to get a comfortable driving position. The SES model that we have here comes with this really nice satin metal finish look that runs all across the dash, but it's not available in the lower trim levels. The center console controls are now incorporated to pop through the dash for a more upscale look. There's a high-mounted readout for easy-to-see information. This is especially helpful when the Focus is equipped with the optional sync system. There are large cup holders, center storage, and a standard auxiliary jack. The sync system allows the driver to use voice commands to use with Bluetooth-equipped cell phones and access to MP3 players through the USB port. We did a segment on the sync system, and it's definitely worth checking out, so go to our website, drivingtelevision.com.
That sync system is very neat. Do you know how much it costs as an option?
How much?
$495, so there's value there. And if you get the SES, the higher-end model like this one, it comes as standard equipment. Now, speaking of the higher-end version of the Focus, I think they've done a great job. It looks great in here. It really pushes the compact class forward. There's all kinds of great design features and added bonuses that you get in this vehicle. And you know what? The thing is, when you're driving it, you forget you're driving an economy car. Front, side curtain airbags are all now standard equipment.
Ford's done a few things to improve the overall passenger experience, and one of those things is improved sound deadening. Now, a lot of compact cars sound a little buzzy, but when you're driving the Focus, it's got a really quiet interior. You almost forget that you're in a compact car. New thicker side glass, improved use of foam, and more sound deadening material is used extensively in the cabin, along with better airflow around the mirrors and a quieter heating system. The attention to detail is surprising at this price. Ford's also refined the suspension with all new shock absorbers, spring rates, and bushings. Once again, the Focus drives like a much more sophisticated car. The new Focus maybe doesn't look as updated as a vehicle like the Honda Civic. It doesn't drive quite as nice as a Mazda 3, but what Ford has given us is a vehicle that's got responsive steering, a very comfortable driver's seat, and an incredibly quiet interior.
This new 2008 Ford Focus is 100 pounds lighter than the previous model. This was done to help conserve fuel. The 2-liter 4-cylinder puts out 140 horsepower, which is the magic number in this class. Most cars have a similar horsepower rating. The Focus has good off-the-line torque, and the 5-speed or 4-speed automatic have revised final gear ratios for lower RPMs at highway speeds for better fuel consumption. The Focus is rated at 8.4 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 5.9 on the highway, which is 34 miles per gallon city and 48 miles per gallon on the highway. This is almost identical to the Honda Civic. If you buy a Ford Focus and it has 15-inch wheels, you get low rolling resistance tires, which also help to reduce the amount of fuel used, and only a front stabilizer bar. If you upgrade and get the 16-inch wheels, you get grippy Pirelli tires, which do a great job, and the addition of a rear stabilizer bar, which does improve the handling. After only a short amount of time in the Ford Focus, I forgot all about the outside world. I'm sitting here in these comfortable new seats. I've got my cell phone synced to the sync system. I've got my favorite satellite radio station going. I'm comfortable. I'm driving along. I don't really hear the engine at all. The suspension is compliant and very comfortable, yet still very responsive. You have to give kudos to Ford for coming up for a good all-around package that's going to appeal to a lot of people, and it makes you feel like you got more than you spent your money on.
Now, Zach, it's too bad that we don't have the European model of this car available here in North America, but this one's actually pretty good. What do you think?
Well, I think they're building this Ford for the North American market, and that's the top of my lists of likes. The ride is very refined and comfortable, and I think North Americans will appreciate that, where the Europeans would probably like the sportier model. The engine is pretty versatile. 2 liters, 140 horsepower. It's got good torque, and it'll do everything quite nicely. The mileage is good on this car. It's the same rating basically as the Honda Civic. And the features that you can get that are standard equipment are great. There's great safety features in there, and the optional equipment like that sync system and leather seats make the car feel that much more comfortable. Now, my dislikes, even though we don't get the European model, we're not getting the carry forward ST version, which was the higher performance version that had a really great engine in there, better suspension tuning. Not available. We have to stick with the base model here. And the other thing is they don't have a hatch or a wagon. And as Bob Marley says, no wagon, no hatch. So what do you think?
You know what, Zach? I really like a lot of the improvements that they've made on the inside. The interior is so much more quiet. The front seats are really comfortable. And I really like the raised information system. You're taking your eyes off the road less, so it makes driving safer. And I like the fact that it's very easy to read and user-friendly. On the downside, I don't like the fact that there's not a lot of room in the back seat, and I don't really care for the new styling. It's just a little bit too angular for me.
No wagon, no hatch. Sing it with me. No wagon, no hatch. Oh, yeah.
For complete specs, go to our website at drivingtelevision.com.